What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for joining. I'll let everybody get a second to get in here. It's been a few days. Let's turn this down. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Turn this back up. Hopefully everything's working tonight. I think I got everything going halfway good. I ran a disk cleaner on my computer and it seems to be helping, and it's working a whole lot faster. And of course I'm lagging. Imagine that. Anyway, so I had some thoughts. How's everybody doing? Outlaw, Red Bones Lisa, McBros, talked to you earlier, Cat Lover, Lisa Kent, Kind Heart, Blue Moon, how are you doing? Did you see my reply back to you, Blue Moon, in the community post? Oh, really? Sassmere, Don Sherfy Jr. and JSB's son know each other. Well, that's interesting. Put that right there. Where did you see this at? Did Jody Sue admit it? Sup, Banjo Trance? Let's see what. Hey, Prissy Penny Pictures. Thank you. Hey, guys, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all go and check out the live she did on her channel tonight. It was pretty good. Me and Chasing Truth went against each other with trivia. I feel a whole lot better than going into it because we tied. And I felt like I was just going to get destroyed. So, you know, I have to give myself a little bit of a pat on the back for that. I was like, I'm going up against the best. And, it, you know, big majority of it was true crime. So, you know, that's something right there. I want to go and do it again, though. I think that was really fun. I think you have a good idea going there. Prissy Penny Picture, if y'all don't know who that is, was True Crime Drama Queen. Go check out her channel. The videos in my community section. Oh, no problem. No problem. Oh, you're wondering if they do. That is a, I don't know. I thought you were saying they do know each other. You know, it's probably a strong possibility. How old is Nick Sherfy, the youngest one? Allison?
He's in his 20s, but I don't know how old exactly.
And I wonder if they went to school. I don't know. You don't think so?
I don't know. I'll look into it.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that and see if, you know, if there is any connection there. They are young. If he hangs out there, I mean, who knows? You know, if Sherfy Jr. and him know each other, then there's a good chance that, you know, some behaviors might be the same. If they were close like that, seeing his, you know, Jody Sue's son's Facebook and the way that everything was kind of on a perverted level, you know, who knows? Who knows? So, let me see who this. Oh. Okay, anyway. You can challenge anyone you want to go up against in the trivia deathmatch. Oh, okay. Penny Pimp Daddy. He gave me a clue in one of them. He's like, the Terminator Cam. Okay, Bailey. Yeah, if one of the mods in here can link her, put a link to her channel. It's Prissy Penny Pincher. I'll go get it real quick. Let me see if I can do this. Give me just a second. Are you watching? Chat? Oh, okay. I'm going to try to share this link real quick. Let me go over here and find it. Anyway, I'll talk while I'm doing this. So I've had some questions, and look, I don't know if I'm going to what.
You got me where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, that's a good point. So let me start out with that. So Allie wanted me to tell y'all. So she went back to work for the second time because the first time she went back to work, she had some serious problems with her foot. So she was off about 2 more weeks, and then she just went back again. And she's working 12-hour shifts, but she is working on something big, and she's putting a lot of info together. So very soon she will be presenting a video for you guys, and I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be very good. She's kind of talked about it in the past. Do you want me to tell them what it is? Huh? Just leave it at that? Okay. She said, just leave it at that. Okay, let me grab this link real quick before it starts playing. Whoop. All right, share. Oh, copy. Okay. I'm going to put the link to her channel and also put the link to the video right here as soon as this loads. All right, so I'm going to... Am I lagging bad? It doesn't look like I'm lagging now. No, I'm not lagging too bad, am I? Oh, okay. I got you, Allie. Okay, so I had some questions. You know what? It's late. Oh, yeah, and the reason she's not on here tonight is because she has to work tomorrow. She's back there. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try to reload this and see if it fixed this lag in this real quick. Okay, give me just a second. Did that fix it? Yeah, that fixed it pretty good. Okay, so Raybird said, "Thinking of you, Allie. Hope you're completely healed soon." She said, "Thank you to everybody." And it might be that where it's on 1080p. Let me try to knock it down to high definition. 720. Does that work? Anyway, it's just going to have to work. I hope it's fine. Okay. Anyway, so got a lot of heat over something, I put in the community post. That's okay. Just asking questions. I mean, you know what? If people don't agree with it, then they don't agree. It got twisted so far out of context. But, the thing is, things have been said. I can't help it. I said it on many live streams that, I'm tired. I'm not going to be the person anymore who's going to worry about people pleasing, so to say. It's going to be more about, ask these questions if it means getting to the answers. Okay. So I thought, I don't know, let me ask her something real quick. Okay. All right. So I thought that a community post that was posted was giving some answers to things, and I looked into it. So a community post that was posted in response to our community post. Okay. And I don't care. I'm going to ask the questions because it's needed. I ran, and at first I did. I said thank you for clarification on what the share file was. If that is valid, I didn't know, because the way it was insinuated, I thought that it was, a share. I didn't know what the share file was. We've reached out, tried to report things to them, and I never had gotten anything like that or a link or anything. So I didn't know what it was. Easy as that. It wasn't anything other than that. The problem I had after was that the ability to clip certain things on the Interview Rooms channel was, he turned them off that night and it deletes all the clips. And I kept wondering why my clip kept getting deleted that I posted in the community post. Then I was like, what's that about? Okay. You know what I mean? That's all there was to it. So I'm going to show you something. And I think there's good reason why I'm going to show you, okay? So this was the response email from the Interview Room today. If people are get angry about this, then so be it. But I mean, I don't understand how it makes sense. Okay, let me pull this up. Actually, I got a better idea. I'm just gonna pull up my screenshot of it. That'll make more sense. I'm gone. Okay, there it is. Check this out. Okay. Okay, so I highlighted this right here. And the reason I highlighted it is because this return email to this domain does not exist. This COL, that we can find. And I've looked into it and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I will post this down below or in the chat right now here. Well, actually, I'll just show you what happens. I guess I'll just have to share my screen and show you. See where I'm pointing at? This highlighted thing right here. This doesn't exist. coldcaseinfo.org. And if it's sent to them, I wondered where the D was. Okay, and I tried every way of searching it. So let me show you this. Let me close this out. Now let me share this with you. And I'm asking a question, like, why does it do this? Because I'm really actually confused about it. So actually I'm gonna pull this way and do it this way. Okay. Here it is. All right, so let's do this. Okay, now I'm going to put it up here in the search bar. Now let me show you this. And I've sent emails to it. I'm going to show you all that too. Now, unless this was a screenshot, you'll see what it's going to do right now. Hopefully this is showing it's not lagging so bad. I'll wait for it to load. I don't know why. That doesn't load. It doesn't come to anything. I don't know why. I've thought maybe there was a D. Now, unless this was a screenshot in the post that was sent by Tom Let me pull this other thing down. So that's what that does. And let me pull this screenshot back up. So the only thing that I can think of that would be a reason as to why that's not popping up would be because maybe it was a screenshot and answering back. Maybe he's showing that he should have should have copy and pasted instead of going by memory. Because so I figured this might say I should have used copy and paste instead of my memory. Let me know if there's more I can do for you. All right, so there's that part. Now let me find this other screenshot. This is the address right here, coldcasefoundation.org. All right, I'll zoom in on that. This is from Cold Case Foundation, coldcasefoundation.org. When I tried to send an email to it, oh, sorry. I tried to send an email to it. This is what I got too. And I even did it with the CJM, all that was titled in the original one. That's that again, saying this site can't be reached. Hold on. Is it not sharing? Hold on. Sorry. My bad. Here it is. I got you. My bad. All right. So this right here, what it says is I should use copy and paste instead of my memory. I know there is more. Instead of my memory, I'm assuming it says let me know if there's more I can do for you. Now, unless that was a screenshot, I don't know. I'm just showing you what I looked into because I tried to send an email to Mr. McDonough myself through that email. I was like, well, maybe I can get in touch with him through this and maybe we can speak about it. The same thing I put in my community post. So, but I just didn't know why that didn't go anywhere. Now, make sure y'all can see that. Okay, it's going now. That's the email right there at the bottom. Okay, that's Cold Case Foundation. Now, and I even tried it with the D, and I didn't get anything either. We're gonna pull that up too. But so my question is like, how is that? How does that? How did he get a response using that to send back to if it's not? You see what I'm saying? How do you get a response back from this man with the TBI to that email address if that doesn't exist on August 4th, 2021? Unless that's a screenshot. Okay. So I figured he might know that, and I'm going to throw that out there. If it's a screenshot, I'm talking about like a screenshot of another email saying, like, well, I messed up. Should have used copy and paste because this is why it took me a minute to get back to you. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like if he's saying, hey, here's the screenshot why it wasn't sent to you or something. I just was given the benefit of the doubt. It's a valid question there. Same thing with everything. I'm just asking, like, that's all I asked was, I even said thank you. I did a community post and said thank you for clarification on that. But then I looked into it and I'm like, but it kind of wasn't, and I don't know what to think. I don't know why it's just won't answer a question. I wasn't even trying to come at it with my first post. Oh gosh, I hit that with my knee. Anyway, and then yesterday's community post, I just forwarded or shared. When was it? Day before.
It was a couple days ago.
Thought it was day before yesterday. We just shared Harsh Realities community post where he reached out to the TBI. That wasn't us. We got blamed for it. Why are you bothering the TBI about that? Wasn't us. So I don't understand what's going on. Is that not strange? Is that not a valid point though? Why don't they have the D in cold? I'll pull it up again. And the only answer I can think to that is maybe that guy was putting in wrong. I don't know. I don't know how else to answer that. I'll pull it up again. Now, I have deciphered something. And I'm going to show you that too. Let me pull that one up. Is that up? Okay. Now I've deciphered something, and it is part of that. So, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't hold back. I was sitting here, and this has bothered me. It's bothered me as to why that wouldn't match up. Okay, that's all. It would bother anybody. I'm like, but that's the answer that was given back to us. Okay, but that doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna look up something else live with you guys here in just a minute. So while also, if it was coming back to the interview room, why would you redact the name right there of Chris McDonough? If that's the email there, why would this name be redacted? And it is CC'd to multiple names, okay? If that makes sense. Now, there is this man that's under here that is redacted is Richard Littlehell of the TBI, okay? And I'm going to show you who that is. And what's going on? My talking is out of sync. I have no idea why that's happening. Now I'm going to pull this up real quick. Give me just a second. I ran a disk clean on my computer and it should have sped everything up, but obviously it didn't. All right. Okay. Here it is. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay. All right. Now let me share this with you. Share the screen here. All right. So now that if y'all can see that just fine, I hope you can. I don't know why it's lagging the way it is, so I apologize. But so I looked up this guy, Richard Littlehell. Now he is part of the that's this man right here. He is part of Technology and Innovation Division for the TBI. That's this fellow right here. That's who that CC'd that email that was screenshotted by the interview room. That's who that was CC'd. So did that not share that next screen? Hold on a second. I guess I have to do this. I have to go over to another screen. Sorry about that. I have to add this one. It takes you to a different link when I open that. Let me show it right here. Gosh, I hate where I have to go on another screen to look at things and I can't tell what's going on over here. So this guy right here. My bad. This one here. He is Assistant Director of Technology and Innovation Division. Okay. So he is on the leadership team of the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. All right. Now we did run one on the guy too. Now this is that's just what's weird to me because so it's CC'd to these different people, but yet that that address is not accurate. It doesn't lead to anything. So is Butler. Yes, he's part of kind of the same division as Richard Littlehell is. Look at chat, Cam. What's going on in the chat? Yeah, that's crimes and consequences. That's exactly what I showed. So yeah, it's spelled wrong and it goes to nothing. There is no such thing as COLCAS, and you can't say that it's abbreviated because it wouldn't take just the D out. Now let me share. Yeah, it's exactly. I don't feel like it's legit. Yeah. No, I didn't click on the email. I just went and looked into it, Kim Holmes. Is that a valid point? Am I? That's why Wendy Barricare. That's why I said I think that if the only reason why he would have said that, and I thought about it too. That's why I said that. The only reason I can think is maybe that's a screenshot that the Tom guy that was originally emailing back had said, "This is sorry. I put the wrong address," and he added that in there. But still, I don't know. I don't know why that would be used. Now I'm given the benefit of the doubt. That's all there is to it. I had to look into it, and I went as far as I emailed both these fellows, that Richard Littlehell and Tom. Let me stop the screen here and I'll share that again. So I emailed both of them and I just asked some questions about it. Yeah, so it says I should use a copy and paste instead of my memory. And I'm guessing it goes farther to say, let me know if there is more I can do for you. So I figured that might have been a trick thing right there to see if anybody was going to look into it by the interview room. I figured that would have been a trick post. So let me know. I'm just telling you that I did look into it, and this is not anything but saying that I did. And I also know that if this is a trick post to try to see who was going to look into it and who was going to call out and put it out as fact, because that's what he's trying to do. His show tomorrow is YouTube is problematic for Summer's investigation. Below you see one of the screenshots from TBI where a SharePoint was given so I can upload information. Note the date. And then when you further on read, it says that the criminal aspect and misinformation is muddying the water. Now, that's exactly the point I'm trying to make in this. Is I'll look into it because we're supposed to question everything and we're supposed to investigate everything. But I'm not going to fall for it either. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that. But I just don't see what the reason is to play games like that. There is no reason to play games like that. I even tried to apologize. Is what I was doing. I said if I didn't know what a SharePoint file was, and if it was, implying that, that's why. That's not what this live is even about. I wanted to just bring up those valid questions because I've got attacked over it. Got attacked over answering questions as to why things were said certain way. That's why. Yeah, that's exact. Sure, I feel the same way. Why do you think that? Crimes and consequences. I don't care if they are. I have nothing to hide on my computer. You know what I mean? They can look into it all they want. Now I've run a disk clean on it. I've tried to fix it. I don't know why it's doing the things it's done. Now I'll tell you this too. Earlier, I was on it and I thought my mouse started moving by itself when I wasn't touching. I watched it go and kind of click on something. I have a remote. There's with certain computers, you have the remote access where you can, remotely go on your computer and do things from another device. Now I have that turned off, but that it's possible that does happen to people a lot. Um, what is business solution architect? I have no idea. I don't know what that would mean, and if the share file would go to him. I don't know. He is. You can't ask, but this is the thing. If you ask anybody to clear things up or have clarification, it's not an attack on them. When you're saying that, you know, that there is the word I'm looking for that I used earlier, kind of hold on, and I'll tell you exactly the word I'm looking for. Insinuate. If there's an insinuation, and I'll give you an example of what I mean by insinuation. When you insinuate that you have inside information from law enforcement, then people are going to question. Leads to the answer is why people reached out to Leslie Earhart way back when that first post was given by her Twitter, because people thought that it was kind of an insinuating you have inside information. So I'll give you this example, okay? When you say, remember when he asked Don Wells on the call if he was there before any law officers arrived, if he got there before the police did. No, don't quote me on this. He says, well, I know the answer because I talked to one of the officers that was there or something. That's what I'm talking about. There's other ones. Now, if you've talked to them and they've given you that stuff, so be it. Oh well, good job. Just say that. But when people ask questions to it, it's not, you don't have to shut them down. And I went as far to many ways to try to talk to him one-on-one. Didn't have anything against him at first, and I'm like everybody else. When the interviews came out with Hunter and the interviews came out with Candace at the very beginning, I was got a front row seat. I was so excited. I was like, man, this is awesome that he's getting those interviews. So I did. But then when we were asked to come up there and film the trails in and out of the property, I was told that he knew about those and he didn't care about those. He didn't give them a second thought. He saw them because I don't know why you wouldn't say, hey, well, as an officer of the law, an ex-officer, investigator, you would want to take every little thing into account, right? That's all I'm saying. If there is entrances that that you don't even have to touch Ben Hill Road that lead from Beach Creek, the bottom shed property, all the way up to that house without even having to step foot or even drive down Ben Hill Road, then you would want to note that and say, hey, well, if somebody knew the property, then that would make that possible. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong about that? Go back and listen to that. Go back and listen to that interview when he talks to Don Wells on the phone before he does the analysis of the interview. He says, when Don answers and says, well, I don't know, I think it was, but I don't know, whatever he said. Chris says something to the effect that, he already knew the answer to it because of who he talked to or talked to officer, something like that. Okay. That's all. That's it. And I noticed those things. I noticed that about the trails and stuff, because I was told that the trails weren't looked at or even gave, a crap about. I'll tell you another thing. It was fully already looked into that when Don Wells 20 years prior was picked up at his mom's house by the U.S. Marshals, he was hiding in that little tool shed outside. Okay, when he first asked if he could look in there, Candace said, yeah. And then he says, well, if you don't want me to, she said, well, I don't want nobody to get hurt. But she said, yes, he could. And, at the beginning. It wasn't, if somebody was allegedly hiding in there, you're going to say, no, don't, no, there ain't nothing there, don't go over it. But she said yes at first. If you already know that, then you would think, oh, well, that's his hiding place. Well, I'm going to say, hey, he could be hiding instead. That's painting a picture. Is it not? That's painting a picture that, oh, he could be in there. You're already painting that man as doing something, as hiding or lying or something. Okay? She did say no after she said yes. I will play that clip. I'm working on it. She said yes first. She said after yes, when he said, no, I don't have to go in there, or you don't want me to go in. Then she says, well, I don't want anybody to get hurt, and there's just nothing in there but a bunch of tools and stuff. She did not say no at first. You can go listen to it yourself. So there's that. And if you already know that, what is the chances that if you already know and you look into things and store that that the U.S. Marshals had came and picked Don up, and where was he hiding? In that silver tool shed. Then hold on, we'll go. Let me find it. We'll listen to it. I might have too many tabs open, is why this is going the way it is. Why it's lagging. Hold on, let me click over here real quick, and I'll see if I can find it. Let me find that interview with her. Anything we use or play on here is under fair use, and I'm just using a clip of this. I'm going to look for it myself, and then we will go, and then I will play it for you. Okay. Seven months ago. Boy, we way back here, ain't we? Why? Hold on. Out of all the sheds on that property, though, why that one? Why that little shed? There's a shed at the bottom of the hill. There's a shed that's like the size of, it was going to be a house. You pick that little tool shed with the door that's cracked open you wouldn't, I don't know. Another thing too, it was nothing, they were gone. She was gone all day till going up to the house. This is another point that I'm going to make. If somebody can go listen to that clip for me, so I don't have to do it right here on live. I'm working on a clip video right now, but I want to say this. So if they were gone all day, Candace was not home, went to meet him at the swimming area that they were at to do that interview. Then he then follows her back to the house, because she said he could come up there, and they were going to go through the house for that interview. They stopped at the dollar store or something, and she said that the reason he thought Don might be there because she was on the phone with somebody. From my experience, from all the time we were around Candace up there in the future, she's always on the phone with somebody or messaging somebody, and most of the time it was not Dawn. When the TV was on downstairs, when they got there, if they were gone all day, the E channel is not a pornographic channel, and she can't help what's going to be on that channel in the basement. If the E channel plays everything. I just don't, those are things that are like painting pictures as perverted. E channel has lots of different shows on it. Yes, the gray shed. There's the little silver metal tin shed with the tools, and then there's the gray shed that has a cellar/basement under one part of it. You're right. Crimes has consequences. I don't know if it's even basically Girls Gone Wild. Was if it's Spring Break or something. That stuff just comes on. Girls Gone Wild is that's a video of that. Now that is like it was back in the day, and all it was girls flashing people at spring break and stuff. That wouldn't be on E channel. Oh my lord. But you get where I'm going at. If they're gone all day, and that's the reason he was implying that maybe Don was there, because that was on the TV downstairs when he went in the basement, and he's hiding in the shed. You're painting that picture. That's already. Now, if I tell you that he had already spoke to the whole Utah, the family in Utah before anything, before even doing any of the interviews with Candace and all that, so that was already established in his head. That was already put in place, I believe, and that's what what's the best way to do anything but to paint a picture of what you're going to try to imply. I don't know. That's the way I take it. Before even coming here and getting a feel for the whole situation, even if you did talk to them first, if you talk to Jeannie's daughter first, you put that as a side note. You say that's important. Check that happened. Check they are saying this, claiming this, whatnot. Okay, nothing against that, but I'm saying you want to get a feel of everything before you push one way or another. That's all I was saying. Now I don't know if he went to Utah or just spoke to them on the phone first. I don't know. Okay, let's see. No, Girls Gone Wild was it was a video that you had to order privately. Now they used to run the commercials for the Girls Gone Wild stuff late at nighttime, like infomercial, but you had to order their videos. See what else. Now, this is the problem I had with the whole painting of a picture thing. If you're going to say that, and then you're going to say that a child that sleeps in the bed with their parents at a young age, especially a girl or boy, that has to be something nefarious. Now I understand how Don put it out there is strange too, but then if you already have said this is weird and this happened between that and Utah and stuff, now I don't know. There's not a proven fact though that Summer had been essayed or anything, and I don't think that would have been brought into question if everything else wouldn't have. I don't know if that's even proof to that. Now you have Jody Sue that clearly lied about this whole sedation thing with children and that going over there. Why with Andy going over there and selling, whatever. Would there not be charges filed for such things? That Andy would already been arrested if that was true. They don't investigate something like that for a claim like that. Hold on, I think when you are this far along, if that information was even, I feel like everybody up there we'd be on a different level. Hold on, I'm gonna pull some up. I have to refresh this. This lagging is killing me. Killing me. Am I still lagging? Okay. Let me go to settings and see if that's still. That fixed it. Okay. I'm just going to go with the green behind me now. Okay. Now that's running smoothly. Okay. Here we go. So I'll look it up. We'll do this, and we'll get to the bottom of the answer about this Girls Gone Wild question, because obviously it's an issue. So the channel was said to be the E channel, correct? Okay, now this is a Wikipedia for Girls Gone Wild thing, okay? Is that still showing? Okay. I can't see now. It's going to be pulling this up. Now let's read this right here. Is an adult entertainment franchise created by Joe Francis in 1997, who occasionally appears as the host of the videos. Girls Gone Wild was known for its early use direct response marketing techniques, including the late night infomercials that began airing in 1997. The video typically involves camera crews at party locations engaging young college age women who expose their bodies or act wild, especially during spring break. Since 2008, the Girls Gone Wild products have been sold primarily through their website as streaming videos, downloads, and DVDs. February 2013, the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. 2014, the company was sold to Bang Bros, which is a pornographic site. So there's that. Now I'm going to go back here. So that's just telling you right there that this was all through DVD. That's the way that content was produced out there. DVD, downloads, and streaming videos. Now let's do the E channel shows. See what it says here. Okay. Let's see what they have featured shows on here. Mathis, Family Matters, Celebrity Game Face, Celebrity Beef, Daily Pop, Welcome Home, Nikki Glasser, Nightly Pop, Botched, The Bradshaw Bunch, 10 Things You Don't Know, Botched, Cash at Your Door, Celebrity Beef, Celebrity Call Center, Celebrity Game Face, Clash of the Cover Bands, Daily Pop Podcast, Dating No Filter, For Real, Kardashians, Mathis, Family Matters, Necessary Realness, Nightly Pop Podcast, People's Choice Awards, Relatively Famous, Reunion Road Trip, The Bradshaw Bunch, Funny Dance Shows. Now I will search. Let's see. On spring break. Now I'm not seeing anything, as I just saw. Hold on. That doesn't mean that there wasn't, but what time of day was that play? Was it on the True channel or not the E channel? Was it on the True channel? We'll go look there too, because that possibly been where it was at too. True channel. So I'm not going to say E. I think it was the True channel. True TV or True channel, True TV. Okay. Let me go back over here and see what y'all are saying before I click over there. True TV, wasn't it? VH1, Valkyrie's Corner. Either way, so you saw me show what the Girls Gone Wild was. Now there is videos, there is those things that Spring Break Cancun shows, and that just shows all, not just the girls, but it shows them all. on spring break, all the college towns and all that on spring break. But it's not anything. It's not anything that shows anything in full detail. Now, again, they were gone that day. I'm just saying, it just felt to me as that was painting a picture for it. Now, take it what you will. I don't think that's very fair to throw in there as something that you just walk into a house and you say that this is an issue, or this if they weren't there. And to say, to already know that Dawn had been found in that little shed outside when the U.S. Marshals came, it bothers me. Now, I'm going to go to that. We're going to go back to that, and I'm going to find that, where that story about U.S. Marshals. Okay. So this on Twitter. That's not even him. So that's a different U.S. Marshals thing. It's a different Dom Wells. Okay, let me find that. Help me, guys, in the chat. Where do I find that at? Yeah, no, if they had cable up there, I don't know. Now, did they have cable? They just got internet and Wi-Fi in March up there for the first time, I believe, on their property. So let me go up here. Okay, that's 36. Roger, let's see here. Hawkins County, Tennessee. Okay. So he was arrested on a fugitive warrant. I'll have to find that. I don't even know where it's at. I can't remember where we found that at. If anybody else knows where it's at, send me an email and show me where that story's at if you don't care. That's not even the whole point of what I was getting to. I just feel like there's a lot of things that have been omitted or either put in and or set into a way that puts it in a whole different direction. Tunnel vision has been used 100% by a lot of people, and it's accusations of, well, you didn't look into them or you didn't look into that. We've looked into everything. I took everything into account, including Dawn, Candace, Jody Sue, her son, Sherfy Jr., Sherfy Sr. Now, if that's not putting effort into looking into and investigating everything around it, and that's not, Frank Light, Fred Hill, who else is there? The neighbor who reported the footprints, another neighbor that Mr. Gorley, who helped with the search with the PIs here recently. There is, we've looked into every aspect of this. Went down rabbit holes, went down to, a lot of things we haven't presented, been on searches, ground searches as much as possible. It's just looking into everything that there is possible. Now, people said this, Andy Paul, yes. Thank you, Bailey. And if that's wrong, then I don't know what else to do, because I think tunnel vision of just looking at the parents, that you are completely dismissing And I feel like this has happened, not just with the interview room, but with a bunch. You're dismissing every scenario. They haven't found that red truck yet, the Toyota Tacoma. They have not located that. So you can't dismiss that an abduction happened. You can't dismiss that something different happened rather than just them. There's no evidence pointing at anybody. Now, to another argument I have, if SA was involved, if that's proven and DHS knew about that, there would be charges filed on that. Do you not think that they would arrest those parents for whatever they could, especially something like SA on a minor or multiple, and able to have them in state's custody so that you are then also, when you are arrested and you are in jail, you are property of the state. And they can come and interrogate you. Now you can, you know, wish to not speak until an attorney's present, but they can still wait till your attorney comes and they can interrogate you and interrogate you and interrogate you and interrogate you. You know, if they get warrants. Now I just feel like that would be a big thing if there was that. Now, am I saying that other things weren't questionable and up to par with the parents? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And am I saying that they're innocent? I am not. 100% disclaimer right now. I'm not saying they are. But what I will say is that other people, especially somebody with his credentials and everything, that we should look into every scenario and not just, throw shade and hate on everybody for not. And I've tried to reach out as far to him to speak to him and even go as far as send super chats to ask valid questions that were respectful because he is former law enforcement. And I got blocked and I got uh, put in timeout for just asking a question. So, how is that? How are people supposed to feel when that happens? That's the only reason I asked. So, everyone is still a suspect. Everyone. Thank you. Good point, Murray Newman. Everyone. Now, if you don't think that implying that that there is possible inside that he has not implied that, I'll give you that one example when he asked Don Wells if he was there before if he got home before law enforcement first got there. And, he then says something to the effect, well, I already know because I spoke to the officer, or I already know because I found out through something. I can't remember, but I will find it. That's the reason I asked that question or if I said, how are we not supposed to think that if it's insinuated, that would be inside info. Because I know just when I spoke to a Sullivan County officer about a roadblock, he said he couldn't tell me anything. He said, I can't tell you that. I can't talk about any specifics of that. And I was asking about a simple roadblock. Uh, you know, if there was this happened, or if there was, if it was an investigative roadblock on the 15th, or if they just had the road blocked off. He said, I can't talk about any specifics of anything of the investigation. So that was my point there. I hope that makes sense. Now to Jody Sue. I want to play this clip too. I got to find it in my email, but we are going to play this. It's only 12 minutes, and I'm going to give credit. Now, we're going to move past that. This is more questions here. This is an interview between Jody Sue and Tiffany that happened. Let me get ready to share this. And tell me if y'all have heard this. Okay.
But yeah, so Candace carries on. By this point, I'm back into the Woodline and Creek area, going into the creek. And I'm in the creek, and I hear her stop. And she's talking to what I recognize as another neighbor, and I don't know if they were already outside and picked up the commotion from us, or if she actually went up and got them. But I think they had heard the commotion were already out. Is my speculation there. because it was a normal time of day for them to be outside anyway. And so she's talking to them, and then they make their way to me, and I see them on the roadway, and they're like, "Well, which part do you want to get?" It made more sense for me to stay in the creek because I had on sandals. Um, and
Makes
they
more
had on,
sense, huh?
black boots and sneakers, whatever. So they took the hillside, and I took the creek, and we looked for Summer, thinking at that point maybe she was.
Did she just say that it makes more sense for me to stay in the creek because I had sandals on? There's one right there. One um contradiction. Let's go to let's hear how many more we got here.
Still in there and had fallen or hurt herself or been playing with the boys or something, or and something just an accident had happened. But everything. But at a certain point, I'm making my way around. I'm at the main road, but still in the creek, and then I hear, because at this point Candace is at the bottom of Ben Hill. I can see her as it meets the main road and Beach Creek, so I can hear and see her. And I see Andy kind of pull in. I hear voices. I know it's be him. I know he kind of already knows. But then he starts coming down the main road, and I holler at him. He stops, and I'm like, "Summer's missing." And he's like, "I know." And I was like, "Well, I thought that was you, but I just wanted to be sure." And he starts going up and down the main road towards Mount Carmel, free will, looking for her. Dawn is seconds behind that. He's done there. So they both arrive somewhere around 6:30. And
Pay attention these times.
at the same point, the first two responding cops come in.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is pay attention to these times, okay? Because there's no way that this makes sense. She gets caught in this. May, I don't know where Manimal is. He never emailed me, so I don't know. I wanted him to, and that's kind of what I had planned, but he never emailed me, and I don't know where his email is. So, yeah, and lovely lyrics. Yeah, I have a map where the creek flows through the property line. Give me just a second. We'll do all that. It actually runs underneath the road of Bid Hill Road too. She calls it a tile or whatever. Scotty Skulls, you're right about that. Yeah, yeah, right, Kim Holmes. That the law wasn't supposedly called till 6:23, right? So pay attention to these times. So she's saying that the law showed up at 6:30, and then Andy came in, and then Dawn came in right behind him. So let's keep listening here.
And you could hear them before they get there. We could hear them before they get there, and I could already see the boys at the backside in the field, um, towards Simpson and a fence and that sort of thing. And that's eventually where I made my way to and talked to them. But um, and then it took a while for the third to respond. So I think it was the third cop I caught that day coming in, and he was in an SUV, and I told him about the scream. um, but yeah. So,
But yeah,
I didn't really, Candace says she was driving up and down the roads and see other, but I didn't really see her drive up and down the roads. And I know that she was mostly stopping at other neighbors and things when she did leave Ben Hill that day, and talking to them for a second, telling them Summer was missing. But I didn't see her drive up and down the main road or towards churches or anything.
Oh, so, you didn't? You didn't, Candace?
I don't know.
You didn't see Candace? I mean, you didn't, Jody Sue?
I'm right here, Jody. So that's interesting. I've never heard you say that before, that you never saw Candace driving around. So when exactly did you hear her start yelling? Because I don't know, it might have escaped me while I was listening.
It was right around 6, and I can give you the text message if what's an exact time.
Okay, here's her getting ready to unload her next bit of BS. Okay, this leads you to question, why would you lie like this if you were so involved at the bottom? You are causing deflection and you got caught up early on, and yet even this was early. I believe this interview right here was very early. And Tiffany even kind of catches on right here in a minute. So why would she be deflecting? I'm talking about Jody Sue. Why? That's who you is when I'm saying that. Why would Jody Sue be deflecting and putting these times that don't even make sense, putting these things? She has, we have a screenshot I showed everybody of Polly saying that they weren't out searching until 8:24. Remember that? 8:24 p.m. on the 15th. I showed that was in her Facebook message. She calls them out. She says, my son, his wife, and 2 grandchildren were searching since 8:24 p.m. Strange. Okay. But yet the cops got there. Now that's record time. Now we know that it takes them about 45 minutes to get from Rogersville area. Now, unless there was a cop already in Rogers or in Beach Creek community, a county cop out there, that's record time. You're saying that 6:23 the call was made and the first cops were on the scene in 6 minutes, 7 minutes. That's record response time if I've ever seen anything. Any response time. That's like record. So look how she starts to paint this and then she gets kind of caught up. Pay attention to this real quick.
It was right around 6.
So right around 6, she started yelling for Summer.
Yeah.
So Don, wait a minute. Okay, so that would give about like 25, 26 minutes or so before she called. What time again did Don get home?
They had to pull in around 6:30.
He got there at 6:30. So 3
I'd say
minutes.
around. That's my estimation because I know how long it takes Andy to get from where he works and where
Hold
he
on.
was at that day last we talked.
6:30, he and Candace, right, called the
And it
police.
may
at
have been
6.
like 6:02, 6:09, because I know it's not like right there at the exact thing, but it was somewhere right there at 6.
Then that would mean he got home before they called the police.
Well, no, because the police come in right at the same time, and there's no way they could have got there. I mean, it usually takes. I mean, look, they got there. It was a good response time that day. Let me tell you, because sometimes you wait as long as 2 hours.
That doesn't make any sense, Jody Sue. And I'm not questioning you. I'm actually like sitting here listening to you thinking, hey, Janet, welcome to my membership. Thank you for joining, hon. So I thought it was 6:26. Either way, okay, say the call was at 6:23. If Don, oh my goodness. So let's say Don got home. No, because he said he was on the phone with Candace the whole way home.
Okay, now to add to that, now this is what I'll say about that. So if they were on a Wi-Fi call and Dalton's data just happened to pick up all the way from, now she would have had to have called from Messenger to speak to Dawn all the way, right? Now this leaves very short amount of time for her. If she's going to say 6:30 is when Dawn got there, and that's when the police got there, and that's when Andy got there, all at the same time. Okay. Then you remember Don Wells saying, take this into account. Listen to me very closely about this. Remember Don, you saying, I can't, for some reason, I think, I thought it was 5:30 or it was 5 or 5:30. Is this why he thought that? Because Jody Sue told him that it was 6:30 when he got there. So, well, I thought, that I'd had to left work about 5:30 or 5. Is that because he's going on what she's telling? Yeah, I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. And what I'm going to do here in a minute is I'll open up this call line and get your opinion real quick. But we'll listen to the rest of this and we'll see what you have to say. Yeah, 5:30. See, so where does he get that number from? if Jody Sue's saying, well, it was 6:30 when you got here, he's like, well, then it would have had to been 5:30 by the time I left work to give me, to be able to fly and pull me. He's like 30 minutes. If we've broke down the route. Just keep listening because she talks about that route and everything. She catches herself here and tries to cover for it.
No, if
That
their
doesn't make
signal was
sense.
cut out, especially, and that never made sense to me because Blair's Gap, which is, see, you all have a different pattern thinking he would be coming in a different way that day, hauling ass.
Uh-huh.
And trust me, I can drive those roads at like over
Yeah.
100. I can drive those roads, but you have to know them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you're not the best drivers over there. But we used to race them. We used to shut them down and race on.
See you, prissy penny pincher.
So anyway,
Mm-mm-mm.
responsibly, that way we didn't kill other people. And back in the day, they were just that barren, so you could kind of do that. But anyway, I know the route he was taking from where he was at working that day, and you all have the entirely wrong route. I know that trucking company has been a player in some of your all series. I just, mm, you know. Anyway, but the thing is that I mean, it's possible to get there and that, but I just either way. But the signal cuts out through there. I don't know how he was staying on the phone with her the whole time.
Well, I'm more wondering. Listen, I've always kind of wondered about them being able to keep that phone call running the whole time, right? She said Don got home
It's just
between
not
6.
possible.
Well, huh?
It's just not possible.
No, it's not
Right,
possible,
without the call
but
dropping. He's still not.
hold on.
Don,
She's further digging her own hole right here when she says it's not possible. It's not possible. So what is it, Jay? So he either got there at 6:30, like you're saying, and so you're saying that he left work when he did, and he got there in 2.5 minutes, or what is it? Because you're the one who started painting this narrative. Is it? You know what I'm saying? Which one is it? I mean, you're the one who said first off that the parents had nothing to do with it, and Summer was well taken care of. Now you have went down this road and you have thrown shade, and that you have put yourself in the place where every answer has came from you, and everybody took you for for fact for the longest time. Now when these things come out and we go back and listen to it, then it's all over the place. So hold on, we'll keep going.
believes that Don got home between 6 and 6:10 or 6:30 the latest.
No, he
Which
had to get there around 6:30, and he arrived just I think a minute or two after Andy did. I mean,
and
they were
Candace
right there
started
talking.
yelling at 6.
Yeah, like I
Candace
have the
started
message.
yelling at
Being
6
like, I
o'clock.
give you an exact time.
I don't mean to cut. We might be on a delay, Jody Sue. Like I might be a little bit delayed because I notice it takes you a few seconds to hear me. So just so you know, I'm not talking over you. So Candace starts yelling for Summer right about 6 o'clock. And then you are saying that you're pretty certain. So Andy got home and then Don came pretty much almost like very
Right
shortly
behind me.
after.
They were both in the roadway at the same place, almost the exact same time. At the same time, the cops were coming in the first two. At this point, by the time I talked to Andy in the roadway, right
Mhm.
there, and he's still in the car after he talks to Candace, but I made sure that he knew what was going on. One of the first cops was already, I believe, pulled back into Simpson back there, and I had eyes on the boys too. So the cops come in. Right. I mean, it all collided right there. Andy, Dawn,
Okay.
and the first two cops.
Here's another contradiction. She had eyes on the boys. Now, if that's the case, now she said Dawn also pulled in on Ben Hill. Is that what she said at 6:30, right behind Andy, but we know from Dawn that Dawn bypassed Ben Hill Road and went to where? The lower property. So there's another lie that she's telling. There's another contradiction, lie, whatever you want to call it, say it. He went to the bottom, his bottom property off of Beach Creek Road, and they were down there with Don Chambers slash Blue Roof Don when he got there. So then she, on another thing, says that she's one, she's on one side of the creek, the boys are on the other. Now on this, she says they were in tennis shoes and boots, and I had sandals, so I stood in the creek. Well, no, you said you got in the creek because everyone knows when somebody goes missing down there, like it's a regular thing that you try to not disturb the tracks or whatnot. So, which one is it? That's my question. She is covering for something. You do not just come out and you do not, before she had a YouTube channel, before she had anything, you know, she's saying these things. She's putting this out. She's painting this picture. She's telling the Wells things, and they're telling that to news and media about, she's down at the bottom of the hill the whole time, listening intently. She says that the dog's alerted on her feet. She's the only one. I feel like if that would have happened, there would be a very big investigation going into her. Now, we have heard things from her own mouth, her saying that law enforcement have talked to her multiple times. Why do they keep coming and talking to you, Jody Sue? Because I know from September to right around February, as much as we had been out searching with the private investigators and well, searched up to December, and then was going up to the property, and I saw law enforcement show up over the trespassing stuff that was going on December 10th. I've shown you all that video. Nobody says anything about Summer. Law enforcement, nor does Candace, and they don't even act like there's, there wasn't very much communication from law enforcement. But then Jody Sue says they're talking to her all the time. Why? Denny Lanny, why doesn't LE release the calls from Don and Candace that made that evening? So, see, this is too another question. If Don called 911 from Washington County, Tennessee, that would have went to a different dispatch, to Washington County dispatcher. They would have had to then transferred it to Hawkins County dispatch, right? Or unless he was in Sullivan County or Greene County as he passed through, they would have had to transferred it to Hawkins County dispatch. Now, if Candace called too, they've only said we only have the one, right? We only have the one call, or the dispatch call of them saying that the father call says he's on his way home from work. Now, do they round them both in? Do we what are the two different times? Is one of them 6:26 and one of them 6:23 when the call was made? I don't know. Sweet dreams. She called Dalton Wells at 5:30. Blue Moon. That makes sense too, if that's the way. I don't know. I think there's a lot more covering up here than what meets the eye. You do not, and law enforcement hopefully are taking notes of all this things she's saying and running narratives and doing everything on, and then she's on there constantly on her channel saying the people's misinformation, exploiting, and blah blah blah. She's doing it more than anybody ever thought of. She is misinformation 101. You look up misinformation in the dictionary, it will say Jody Sue Brown. Hold on.
And it takes Andy on average, and so that's why I kind of have time. But it had to be around 6:30 that the cops, Andy and Don, showed up.
Okay. Well, that's helpful a little bit in terms of this story about Don and Candace being on the phone the whole way home from work. Summer, okay, so Candace starts yelling for Summer at 6 o'clock. She calls the police, or Don calls the police at 6:23 or 6:26. I could have sworn it was 6:26, but it doesn't matter. It does matter, but
Okay, she was hanging up with Dawn. When I talked to her, she said she was calling the police, and that's kind of how you know it was super
so
serious.
she called.
Because I knew with DCS involved, and
Here we
the
go.
risk she was taking and losing the other kids and other, that her calling the police, that meant it was super dire, but she said she was hanging up and she was calling the police. So that wouldn't have been but a minute or two after the Hill. So somewhere around, yeah, I mean, it didn't take the cops 15, 20 minutes to get.
So now she's going with DCS was all involved in her risking losing the other children. So Jody Sue, was she losing them already, or was this the catalyst? Was this the reason she was losing? Which one is it? Because you should have known firsthand, right? You were in touch and in contact with Candace quite a bit beforehand, so you should know, right? Was But you said that the kids were, Summer especially was well taken care of, and the parents were not involved. So why would you say that if you already know DHS is involved? I don't get it. I don't get it. How is there not charges on her already?
In there after the call was made. But if she called them when she told me she was calling them, or she called them at the top of the hill, like she said, I don't understand because they always have the call coming in police well after 6. But she says that she called before she ever left the top of the hill. But when she gets to the bottom, she tells me she's calling the police. And there's a discussion between her and Dawn. So who's calling them again? Why? I don't know. I mean, I just know that I hear them say that they called before I left the top of the hill. But yet I heard her hollering for Summer up there and talking to the boys. And then she's obviously on the phone with Dawn coming down. She tells me she's gonna get off the phone with Dawn and call the police. So I don't know when the call to police actually transpired. But I mean, there's no way that the police call would have been made at 6:20 something and then getting there around 6:30.
What do you mean there's no way that the call wouldn't have been made at 6:23? Where do we get the 6:23 from? Because I've looked for the transcripts of the call and everything, and I believe it is 6:23. Where did it come from? Who knows? I don't know. Where does that come from? The number 6, we've heard 6:26, we've heard 6:23, we've heard. So where did they get that number from? Now she's saying there's no way. Now you're arguing with dispatch. So you're saying that there's no way the call would have came in if that time is accurate, and law enforcement, dispatch, whatever, put, that's the number that the 911 call was received. She is now sitting here on an interview, whenever this interview took place, saying there's no way that call was made at that time. How was this not caught on that early? Why did people not catch on to this then when that was said? But so Chris, CM confirmed 6:23. Where does he get that from? I asked, when does that, where did he get that number from? Is that where we got that? Because I've become a member of the scanner, the Broadcastify scanner, and tried to go back a year, and I missed it by the time I got it. See, people are saying I thought it was 6:29, but yeah, I do remember CM confirmed, it says 6:23. Where is that? So in Tink My Bell, nobody's saying that Candace or any of them are not guilty. She left her house, she went into her little camper, and she doesn't come out of it no more. I'm talking about Jody Sue. Candace goes to wherever she's at, and then Grandma pulls her camper off the property and goes to wherever she's at. Now, would they allow them to just take off to different states and everything? I don't know. So I don't. Made of stuff from JC. You can't fix it, but she's arguing it. Scotty's calls to the same time he got confirmation of Walgreens time. Cam. I'm not the only one. We have to question. I'm sorry. Oh no, I mean Jody Sue. Okay, yeah, but I'm saying even Candace. I'm not saying if she's not. Would they let her leave? Would they let her take off? Would they let her go to? Would they let people that are main people take off and go wherever they want? I don't know. Oh, Valkyrie's Corner says, "Cam, it looks bigger than a camper for her camera slip up." Possibly. Yeah, Julie Brown, I believe that too. They know exactly where they're at. They know exactly where grandma's at. But, I don't know. An investigation like this, do you let people just take off to different states or you have to go through to go get warrants for arrest and stuff like that? I don't know. Most of the time, if I know when you even get put on just simple probation or you're waiting to go to court. Listen to this pretrial service in my state is when you get out on bond, they will put you on pretrial service. Even if you're on a pretrial service, you can't leave the state. So under investigation, I guess you can travel freely. I guess you can, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, howdy. 623 first call. Yes, they haven't been charged with crime. They have rights. That's right. Thank you. That's what I thought. So 623 is that girl. Where did we get that number from? Where did that first come from? Where did we find that? I've got it in my files on the computer, but I'm not going to sit here and go through all of them just to try to find out where that was. Cam, your camera slip up? No, I'm serious. What is going on there? Hold on. I guess it did. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can fix my camera. It knocked me out completely. It says my camera can't, there it goes. That's weird, man. My device, let me see if it changes. Anyway, I guess it's just going to be no camera. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guarantee, Sesmare. I guarantee they're aware. WJHL, Susan. I don't know, Susan Cooper. Where did we get that number from? Dispatch recording. Yes, 623. That's what I thought. But I'm saying, did they say it on the recording from dispatch that the call came in at 623? Yeah, I ran a disk clean on my computer and everything, and it's still messing up. TBI June 1st week, didn't learn of second call until Donwell stated he called. Okay. Thank you. Mother advised she was on a walk. That's right. I'm sitting here thinking back. I'm just making sure. I'm going to do my video of everything from the front. I've been working on something very big. So hopefully when this comes out that, it'll bring a lot of answers from stuff from the beginning. So Cam can't cam up. That's true. So, all right, there's that. Let's listen to the rest of this real quick while I work on something. Yeah, H said sugar plum. This is where I got this too. So where all the finger pointing goes all back at Jody Sue, and I'm not saying anything. I don't know Andy's whole story. I don't know his whole story yet because he hasn't spoke through the whole thing. But H did. He puts out the name Andy from the very get go. Fred Hill points over there at them. All the fingers got pointed at Jody Sue and in her bunch up there. Why? Constant Sue, I will if I have time. I'm not going to stay on here very much longer. I just wanted to, and we'll do another live tomorrow. I'm going to be more, try to do some more to talk about stuff. I just, I get burnt out from time to time, and I have to take breaks more often now because I just can't deal with it all the time. So, I feel the same way, Beth Ball. Now, the stuff that came out, as far as her son, I knew about all that stuff back in September of last year, and we didn't speak about it for that long. There's still stuff we haven't spoke about, and I don't know where this is gonna go. Now, let me play the rest of this while we're on it, okay?
And I know that had to be the time that Andy came in because I know what it takes him to get there. That's why I went ahead and headed down, so, and I know how long it would have taken me kind of to get to that point in the road looking the way I was, and my neighbor. So, it's for me, it's around a 6:30 where everybody kind of collides at once. I think that call to police had to be made well before it because there's no way they're getting in there in 5 or 6 minutes, especially not two of them. Not gonna happen. But there was a good response time no matter when they were called that day. Trust me.
Mary says, Dawn steps. Mary says, wait, I'm confused. She said she heard Donnie telling Candace on the phone, you're telling me that someone took my baby, then 10, 15 minutes later, Donnie arrives, question mark. This is what I'm trying to put together too, Jody. So if we could just put our heads together for just a moment, I want to go back through with
I'd say
you
it took me a good 20 minutes after that point to get there.
20 minutes after about like in your
At that point, yeah, I mean, it was 6:30 ish that they all had to collide at that point at the end of Ben Hill. At the same time, it was cops, Andy, Don. I mean, it had to be around 6:30 ish mark for me in my own head, but
Mhm.
Muted. Anyway, what do you think about that? That's the end of that. I had to restart my camera, and now it's working. There's that one. Okay, this is what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to open this up, and you all can call if you want to. And I would just like to see what y'all's thoughts are on this stuff. Everything that I talked about. It's up to you if you want to call or not. Here's the number right there, running across the bottom. You can call in if you'd like. That's the thing. That's why I said if there's so many questions, not enough answers, and the answers we do have are very little or wrong, and can be proven wrong. Yeah, she's the only one that said dogs alerted, but then law enforcement then claims, "Oh, I have a video I want to show." Before we go to that, hold on one second. I have a video I'll share with you real quick. Um. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Right here, Hawkins County. Okay, here we go. Now let me share this real quick before it goes too much. I got to get off here because I'm going to keep Allie up and I think she's in deep sleep. Okay. Okay. Play. Now let's see if this is the right one or the wrong one.
Got a to-do list that just goes on and on and on. Download Thumbtack.
They are sometimes called the forgotten grievers, children like Summerwell's three older brothers impacted by family trauma. For the brothers ranging in age from 7 to 13, a double trauma. First, Summer's highly publicized disappearance, and then just weeks later, their removal from their home and placement in state custody, where those brothers of Summerwell's have now spent nearly a year themselves. We talked about this with local therapist Julie Burks. She said intensive counseling in these cases like this is a must.
I can tell you, my heart's broken. I'm feeling sad, or I'm really ticked off because, I'm missing this person or whatever. Whereas a child doesn't always have the tools yet or experience of life to understand and how to cope with that in a healthy way.
Burke says children who get enough therapy and complete it can become very resilient and move forward and have a great life. Again, Summer Wells still missing.
It has been 24 days since the disappearance of 5-year-old Summer Wells, but in 1 month from today, Hawkins County schools.
This is the one I wanted to show.
Today, Summer was registered to begin kindergarten at Joseph Rogers Primary School.
News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with school district psychologist.
Did you hear that? I want everybody to hear that at the beginning of this. These are for the people that said Summer Wells was not registered for school and she had not had everything done. She did go to the health department and there's pictures of that to have her shot. She was registered for school. I'm going to replay the beginning of this real quick.
It's a 5-year-old Summer Wells, but in 1 month from today, Hawkins County schools are reopening. We learned today Summer was registered to begin kindergarten at Joseph Rogers Primary School.
News Channel 11's Bianca Murray spoke with school district psychologist about what they're doing to prepare not only the teachers, but parents and students as well.
When it comes to dealing with the disappearance of a child in your community, a Hawkins County Schools psychologist tells me that students, teachers, and even parents are going to process this trauma differently. She says the school district is working on a plan to help anyone who needs it by the first day of school.
We're going to try to get information to school counselors because that's usually in a school the one the students go to if they have a concern or a worry.
Carol Fuller is one of the school psychologists working with teachers and counselors to prepare for the added anxiety students and teachers might feel in the upcoming school year. She said parents should play an active role too.
Parents are welcome to contact the school counselor at their school if they notice little changes in behavior, little subtle things, because a lot of times younger students can't tell us, I'm upset about, I'm worried about. They may not be eating the same, sleeping the same, toileting accidents, stomach aches, things like that.
She says the situation is also stressful for Summer's brothers.
They're changing schools, so they're going to be mixing with new kids. And we'll just want the school counselor there and the teachers to kind of, make sure they're not having any issues that we need to really assist with, either through the school counselor, through myself, or the other, staff school psychologist, or whatever we could do to help.
Fuller had some advice to parents who might be wondering, what if this happens to me?
Being honest with the students, not in a way to instill any kind of fear, but having procedures in place when we go out and you get separated from me, or you need to be where I can see you and you can see me, things like that, just to make the child feel more comfortable.
She said there's a plan in case Summer is found.
Depending on what she would need, we could always look at different things as far as the school goes, and then counselors, outside resources. We could tap into whatever we needed to make her comfortable and feel safe at school.
I also spoke with the Hawkins County Sheriff today about how the investigation into Summer's disappearance is going. Hear more about that on the news at 6. Bianca, thanks. As of now, TBI says the tip count stands at 900.
Yep.
Okay, so that's how early on that this clip right here, when the tip count was at 900, right there, you heard it. She was registered for school right there. The call-in's not working. You said, hold on a second. Let me go over here and fix it. What's it mean, unlock? There it is. Hey, what's up? Can you hear me? It's Cam.
I can hear you.
Who am I talking
Can you
to?
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who am I talking to?
Lucas,
Oh, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you and Allie?
Doing well.
All right, I just have a few questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
And you don't, if you want to just say next, you just tell me. I was watching Josh tonight, and the last that I watched of CM's live, her case for his case for Rose that he was looking into was going to be solved. Now, watching Josh's live tonight, the way that I took it in is they have no idea who did what to Rose.
Well,
So I just want to know why Josh is backtracking and not behind CM now.
well, I don't know if they were going to say it. I don't know if they say it that he was going to be solved. I thought he just said he was going to be talking to him very soon or so.
No, he said there was a suspect in his last live. There was a suspect.
See, I didn't even hear that. I don't. This is the thing. Now I can speak as far as from the last time that we had spoke to Grandma. She says, "Now tell me this: if you think that now I'm talking about Grandma Candy, she says that the lead investigator from Wisconsin calls her once a week, the same time, the same day every week, and gives her updates on that case there on Rose.
I don't believe it.
I don't know because I saw proof of it. I saw her call log list, and she said there he is every week, same day. So now if they're gonna,
are you just seeing something that's coming from that area, or
no, that's
actually
she showed
something?
me. She showed me that she had text messages. She showed me that she had a call. She has his name saved as the whatever investigator from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who she talks to every week. She says that he calls her. Now they were incoming calls from that number. Now whether now I'm just telling you what I said, what I saw and what she told me. Now I don't know for that. I haven't talked to that investigator.
Not Lisa K. No, that's why I asked. That's why I asked him.
So
did he see it because of the Lisa K?
Lisa K. Rose, she hates me, I believe. I don't even know. I've tried to be nice to her, and I don't know. But I'll say that that's what she told us. That's what she showed us on the phone. And I heard an interview from a woman that was supposed to be friends with Candace on another channel the other night. This first time speaking out, she said that Grandma had a fake leg, Sure, that it was amputated. Well, we've seen
No,
that's not true. I've seen the scar.
that's not
She
true.
had a knee replacement. I've seen the scar personally, and there's many pictures of her at the, where Summer was swimming and they were down there where she's wearing shorts. She wears shorts.
No, that's not true. No.
I saw.
Grandma don't have a fake leg. No.
No, that's not true at all. But I heard that, and that's the only thing that made me question. I was like, who is this woman? That it was on Nana's Angels, I believe, and her name was Star. I had not ever heard of her, but that's not saying she don't know. She said she talks to Candace all the time. I don't know. Anyway, but as far as that, go ahead.
That's why I asked you, did you have facts? You know, we're going through a thing where everybody is saying text messages could be manipulated, blah, 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 blah. And that Lisa Kay, she's not credible. She's been caught in her lies as much as Jody Sue has.
See, I don't know. I don't follow her like that. I know there's been certain things she said that
she don't have a page, but she panel hawks, and it's not good for her. And if people knew what her job was, it wouldn't be the best for her job.
I don't know anything to even put in my 2 cents on that. So, but
okay. So my next question is, I was watching another video.
You there?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. All right. Now, I was watching another live where they went back and many, like back when Jody Sue was doing Facebook. And I seen where she said the tree cutters left at 3 o'clock. But then I seen on another video where she said it was after 5. And she said both of those.
Well, I know that one of the tree cutters, one of the employees left early that day because they had something sick or something. I don't know the exact time. I know it was around 3, I believe. And then I know that there was also employees of the tree company that were there as late as 7 or a little past that. So that I believe that is accurate, and I heard that from
the day that Summer went missing.
The day Summer went missing. That a tree cutter, one of the tree cutters left and went home early, and then there was a couple that like couple of the big men or a couple bosses that were there as late as 7, 8, whatever.
Okay, because that was Jody Sue was blaming them. So let's also go to. Just bear with me, okay?
Let me answer this one thing. The ignored one. She said she was one of the ladies there the day alarm went off. Okay, now I did hear her say. She also said that she was saying that the day that the ambulance came for Jody Sue, which would have been the 24th of August, the days that the alarm went off, that the ladies that were up there that witnessed the sun was on the 2nd and the 1st, August 1st and the 15th. She said that Jody Sue's son walked up the driveway on that, I guess, about the ambulance is what I took from that, which would have been August 24th. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so my next question.
Shirley Tomlinson, she is snoring. Yeah, I've been trying to talk over it.
I can hear it. It's okay. Let her snore. I snore my husband out the ring too. So my next question is, Tam, when exactly did you come in to Summer's case? Because Jody Sue is trying to put you in. All right, I'm going to tell you this. Jody Sue said that, and I've been watching Chasing Truth for a long time, so I really know the truth. You just told your audience. Jody Sue said that with Chasing Truth, you come on with the Summers case.
No.
And that is when Chasing Truth got you involved into the scamathon.
What?
Was you around? Listen to me. Was you and Allie around when it came to when Hugh Carlock and them were selling merch for summer?
Yes, I was around, and
when it started.
Yes, I was around then, but I wasn't a part of the marathon. They all got mad at me because I said that they should have permission to from the parents to show Summer's face on certain thing. They should have permission from them. And then there was somebody who called on my live and said that that Candace did give permission, but then Candace retracted the permission from giving the having Summer's images on any of their merch or whatever they were doing. Now,
exactly,
but
and I remember that.
I was involved the billboard. I was involved doing the billboard at the same time, and that's when all that crap happened.
Was you ever in with Chase when it came to the fake feds? When Chase was out there supposedly protecting her when she went to the hotel, was you ever involved in that?
I didn't have anything to do with it, but that I'll tell you this: that Chase had called me that same night, and Jody Sue for one of the first times started messaging us that same night, and Chase, they were both bad talking each other, and I thought that was very strange because that was like for two people that supposedly know each other, and why would she reach out to us complaining about all the other true crime channels saying that fake FBI? And I showed those messages actually a little while back between Jody Sue where she's saying, be careful, and there's all this, and I need to warn you, there's a fake FBI agent, and that's another thing. No, I wasn't involved in that, and I actually talked to Jody Sue on Tiffany Marie's panel back then, and actually told her that I didn't have, and she said, "Okay, thank you for letting me know," and then invited me over to her house to talk to her son, and then she said, then the next day wouldn't answer no more.
Okay, I was just making sure because Jody C's trying to put out this, and look,
September the 4th.
If you do not follow Jody Sue, do not watch her because she is a manipulator. For one, she'll say, well, and you understand that if you're watching her today and she was playing her clip that was supposedly to Tiffany, but she stopped it on the second part of it, and if anybody was watching that, if she would have let it play through to the second part of what she was saying, you would see that she said more than just pot. And I just wanted to make sure of that, Kim. I just want your audience to know that Jody Sue is trying. Let's see. This is how I'm going to say it. If you go by me, you're going to go Candace, Grandis, Jody Sue, Hunter, because Hunter's in the vibe of what you are supposed to say that was there with Summer supposedly if she went missing on the 15th. Because remember, Jody Sue said Summer went missing on the 14th for a while.
She did say that. I saw that.
She's saying the 15th. Yeah.
There's actually there's a screenshot. I have a screenshot of Jody Sue in Tiffany's chat saying it was the 14th to somebody.
Now we're going to go to Damien. Her son, he's grown.
19 years old.
Now we're going to go to, well, he's 20 now.
Well, 20.
But we're going to go to Damien now because there was trigger pointed and people come down and could identify him by a picture. Didn't see him, but can identify him by a picture.
Yeah, I had him up on my panel.
And this video that I watched also, not only did Jody Sue say she got in the creek to wash off her sin, does anybody ever remember her saying about the perfume?
That was a different time. That's when she was talking about going with the going and looking for a KKK meeting in the woods. She wanted people with no cologne or anything, so they didn't smell them coming. But
Okay, well, I'm on.
and her son
If,
now.
if
But to go
you,
back about your picture, the pictures, the people that witnessed her son running around the woods, there were 6 of them. I had
yeah,
5 of them come on, and I actually showed them his picture on those lives, and they said, "Yeah, that's him." They'd never seen that guy before, and they, these were people that were up there, and that was a strange thing to this. But why are these people running around in the woods? Jody Sue has
yeah,
even tried to go as far as I guess her and Jen, and I have a video where they put out a picture of a man on July 30th and tried to say that's who was in the woods. I'm like, July 30th
yeah,
is not August 1st. Why all the,
yep.
you know, so I think it hung up. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it did. It hung up. Anyway, if anybody else wants to call, I'm sorry that hung up on you. Anyway, this is my whole point of this is I'm doing some work on a long video. I have clips of a lot. It's taken me a lot to work on this. I'm just going through and I'm playing clips of all the things that have been said. Okay. And y'all will see it for yourself. I'm working on it. It's gonna be a lot. And then hold on. Hello? It's Cam.
Hey, I'm sorry I lost you.
It's okay.
But she had Tiffany convinced. And the reason why she had Tiffany convinced, because if you follow Jody, when you ask her a question, she does that, and then she jumps to something else. Then she jumps back. If you do not keep her focused on one thing and say, no, Jody, that's not what I'm talking about. Let's go back to this. She'll have you all messed up in the head.
Sure.
So I just want to let your chat know I support you and Allie 100%.
Thank you.
100%. And I do believe that you are doing an awesome job. And please, Kim, you and Allie just stay cracking cases. Just y'all. There's a lot of crap going out there. We're here for you, and we know the facts, and we're going to follow you for your facts.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. Much love to you and your family, and I'm praying for y'all.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
God bless.
God bless you. Bye-bye. Oh, okay. Thank you, Lupus, for calling. So yeah, there's that. If anybody else wants, I'll take like one more call or something, and I'm gonna get off here. But so I'm working on this, and it's gonna be a lot of clips. I think what Jody Sue says does matter a lot, because if anybody's been putting out the misinformation and stuff, that was from her. People take everything that she said for the Bible as scripture. That's what they took it as, and they hold on a second. Let me see. Hey, scoot down. Let me and they did. They took that as fact, and now that's where a lot of this has came from. We put things right here. How long have we heard that Summer was not registered for school? And right there, I showed you a WJHL clip saying she was registered for school. And there was only 900 tips at that point in time in this case. So that was very early on. Let me see the date on that, actually. That was posted July 9th, 2021. Okay? So, that's we have to look into it. We have to see it for what it is. Trying to think of anything else that I've got that I wanted to talk about. This is the thing too. If people are going to get mad at me for questioning why people say anything or why people have said this or where information comes from, just for a simple answer, all that has to do is just answer. I don't think it's wrong that people ask questions. And just because somebody's popular or just because somebody's not doesn't mean that people have to go on the attack because people, you know, are in the pursuit of knowledge. The pursuit of knowledge involves asking questions to gather information to get answers. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, the number in for the chat or for the call in is 202-455. There's one. This is Cam.
Hello, Cam. This is Josette Lemaire.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been watching you since first started. And, I really, really like listening to you. And Ginger, I think you and Allie together are two pretty smart people.
No, thank you.
And I pray for you and pray for little Summer too. I pray for her that she's found soon.
The same. We do too. It's a crazy case, isn't it? It's just too many questions, not enough answers, and the answers we do have don't add up most of the time. So.
Well, when it first started, I've been watching it since when she first started. When she first came missing, and the players in it have changed so much that it's one day it's so and so that might be the guilty party, and then the next day it's 2 or 3 other people, and it's just so spread out there. It's like a big puzzle.
It is, and there's where there is so many people that were around this child that lived around and that have questionable backgrounds and records, and even long. There's been the Hass guy, Randy Hass, who's former law enforcement, Hawkins County, knows Jody Sue. Has knew her quite well. You have Frank Light, who's an RSO, knows Jody Sue quite well. Why? Why is that? Why is there so many people that are and then not just RSOs for like against adults, it's against children. The charges are against children. So then you question if her son, he could have picked up behavior from these people if he was around them. I don't know. There's questions all around it. Could it be Don and Candace? Sure, it could. Could it be, could it be Jody Sue across the street and them? Sure, it could. Could it be, any of the other neighbors? Sure, it could. But the problem is every little scenario that you put forward will fit. It can fit and it makes sense. So.
Well, now, I really don't think that Don and Candace did it. I don't. I watch them, and just something about them. They're what I was born and raised here in Tennessee, and I know how backward people can be. And
I do the same.
Seem like they're just totally. I'm not saying innocent, but there's another name for it. Or backwards.
Yeah.
They're not. They tend to seem to be not well educated.
Right, and people argue that they're not from Tennessee. They're not. They're I guess from Candace being from Wisconsin, and then they moved to Arkansas, and Don being from Utah. They, like you said though. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're from here. If you live in Tennessee or you live in that part long enough, it starts. I mean, your environment.
Depending on your environment, you can fit right in.
Yeah.
You're like a lot of the people that are from here.
Yeah.
My family's been here for hundreds of years, I guess, since the Mayflower or something. I don't know, but we've all been here, right here in Tennessee, and
this has been my argument.
How people act.
Right.
And they just, from my point of view, of being here all my life and how what you would call the old timers act, they kind of act like the old timers.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know.
this has been my argument through it all is, and I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying neither here nor there. They're innocent or they're guilty. I'm not saying that. What I will say is, so there people argue this. So you're going to tell me that, or tell everybody. So people want to say this, that these people are criminal masterminds. That Candace, one who didn't keep the house 100% neat, clean, and didn't hardly, we've heard people say, you know, probably that the hygiene stuff ain't on par, but then yet commits a perfect crime where there's no sense, hardly nothing around the property, and can pull that off. Where 106 search agencies find nothing. Where you have sheriff's office lead investigator for Hawkins County saying, we went through all the GPS data, we went through all the phone data, we went through all that, and there's nothing. That's what he said on the interview. Now, people will say, well, law enforcement can lie, they can do this, but that's an official statement to the public. They might be able to lie to the people involved, but that's official statement, right? So if you, you see what I'm saying? And even Leslie Earhart, when she is the spokesperson for the public, whatever her label is, public media or whatever, public relations. Yeah. So things, even when they say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see them lying about that kind of stuff. And they've said it over and over, even him, that, I don't know, man.
Now they could be just, biding their time for the person to slip up. They
Possibly.
may know.
Possibly.
We don't really know. They may know exactly what's going on.
Possibly. Possibly.
Because they're not, the law's not going to show their hand.
No.
Because if they do, then their suspect is going to find out, and they're going to cover their tracks. And this thing with Jody Sue, I don't know if people remember or not, but her first thing was that she went down to the mailbox to check her flowers.
Yep.
Well, now that's awful coincidental because she was going to work on her flowers. Well, little Summer was up there working on her flowers too.
Yep.
Yeah.
See.
And them footprints really do get me. That's what confused me in the very beginning is they almost go in a semicircle around her house.
Yeah, well, I'm going to pull the map up right now and show that. Somebody asked why you're on here, and I'll show that. Let me pull this up, and I want to show the creek and everything, too, so that people can see where she's saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could probably see it if you're... Hold on.
Yeah, you have a lot of... It seems like sometimes you have issues, and so I shut my computer down so it wouldn't, you wouldn't get no feedback.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to work on it. I ran a disk cleanup on my computer, and it seems to be doing a little better. I don't know it's something still is trying to be fishy with it, and it's lagging and stuff. I'm gonna have to take it and get it looked at. But so let me zoom out here, and this will show you this is Beach Creek. I'm gonna have to go out of here, out of the layers. Can y'all see that?
Well, I'll pull it up later when I get back.
Okay.
On there.
Well,
I didn't want to take up too much of your time because I know you're probably tired.
I am. I'm getting ready to get off here in a minute, but yeah, you bring a good point to that, and that's what, I don't know. I have a feeling that with everything that's went on up there, and everything that I saw firsthand as far as footprints and everything like that, I don't see it. If Jody Sue's so observant and she was around all this.
Yeah, really. She knows every car coming up the road. She can hear them from over on the other, off of Beach Creek, and can tell so and so's car and stuff like that. And she was really super vigilant. Then why was she? What was it that? How could she miss somebody actually going in there?
Yeah.
And she was, like you said, when them women were up there cleaning, she was waiting at the bottom of the driveway for her boy. She could have been waiting at the mailbox for her boy too.
Yeah.
On her flowers.
Right. And she says she went down there. Her text messages don't line up either. Where she said she was texting Andy, she just can't keep her story straight. And I think that I really hope law enforcement is paying attention to that.
She got a lot of phones. Somebody made the comment that she might have had one of Andy's old phones and was actually sending him messages and then sending them back from his old phone to make it look like him. I heard that on somebody's channel.
Is this sunshine person trying to say something about me? I'll be honest with you. I have dust in here and I keep rubbing my nose because it's bothering me. I'm getting sick of it. I'll just put them out if they're gonna keep talking crap. I ain't got time for it. Yeah. So I'm gonna show this. Thank you for calling. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna hop off here. I'll just show this map. Go ahead.
I just got 2 more little things.
Yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
In my observancy, I'm up in my 60s, but my observance, lies are more interesting than the truth, and people can embellish them on them.
That's right.
Whereas the truth is usually just dull and boring. Okay?
Right.
And so that's generally why so much stuff gets thrown out there, and people tend to want to believe it because it can be embellished on and become really, really interesting and get them all tied up in it. Whereas the truth is just, like I said, too boring.
Yeah.
And another thing is did you ever look at that video last you looked at? It's a video and the woman looks like the grandma, and the kid could pass for one of the younger and it just looks so much like that eel.
I did look.
And then there's that dog.
Did I not? Did I reply to you on that?
You just said okay. I said, would you look at that, please? Because it gives me, it keeps me awake at night thinking about that. If that little girl has possibly got around a dog, or Jody's for that matter. And
Jody Sue's big old dog up there.
Yeah.
A
dogs kill kids.
Yes, they do.
They kill grown-ups.
I will go back and look at it, and I will tell you what I did look at it. I can't think of it right offhand exactly what it. Send it to
I sent it on Facebook to where you could go to the site.
Yeah.
And where the minute marker was. You might have to fish around a few seconds, but it's a real quick picture. And why it's even in there doesn't even match up, except for they're saying, well, this is what a bad dog looks like.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, and that was back in like 2018.
Yeah.
The picture was.
I think I will go look at that, and I will message you back, and I will make sure that
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, I appreciate it. And you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
And I love listening to your prayers, and it just moves my heart.
Oh, I'm glad, and you know what?
I really do. And I hope that the good Lord just watches over you, watches over little Summer, and helps you find each other.
Oh, thank you. We're not going to give up. We're in this for the long haul. I'm just, there's many a times that I try to, I've wanted to get off here and not pray, and because people make fun of us and do it, and I've even been like, what's the point, But I always do because I'm not getting
prayers in there because. That's one of the main reasons that I like to watch you and listen, because I know you are telling the truth, and I know that God is going to help you.
No, thank you so much. That means a lot. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I can really, there's a couple other good channels out there, but you're my favorite.
Oh, thank you.
You're my favorite. I gotta watch. If I miss you, I'm like, I can at least watch it again.
Thank you so much.
But God bless you.
God bless you.
Allie. family, and I'll get off there and let you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Finish up.
I'm gonna finish up, and then I'm gonna get off here because she's gonna have my hide if I don't hurry up and get off here. So
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. So this is what I wanted to show, and I don't know. This isn't that creek right there. There's also a little branch off of this creek. I'm gonna show right here. There's also a little branch off to this creek in this curve right here. So I don't know why it's not showing that. So you have Beach Creek running through here, but in this curve right here, it runs underneath right here underneath the road. So it branches around. Now you have this area right here. Now let me zoom out a little bit just to show you all this before I get off here. Right here is where a set of prints. This isn't the exact location, but this is where the property is. And it was behind a ridge. This is where a set of prints were. Okay. And then right here. This is approximate. So you have a set. That's what we're looking at right there. So that's about a mile. So these from here to here is a fourth of a mile. There we have. So that's almost like a triangulation of it. So that's a fourth, from here to here is a fourth of a mile. And then 3/4 of a mile from that. All right, that's the approximate location of the prints. This is the creek right here. So she's saying she got in the creek somewhere around here. Now there is a little branch off. They come straight through here. Let me put this on to give you a better look. This is that little branch from that creek right here. Hold on a second. Let me answer this. This is Cam. Who's calling?
Hey, Cam, it's Lisa.
Hey.
If you don't pray, the devil steals our joy.
That's right.
That's right. And another thing, the caller before, this is what brought it up, but Jody Sue said something about the timestamp on the dog being out at the shed. If you could Google that in real close of the date that Google Maps shows it, because she says it's a different dog. And on the what's the blue thing, the container thing? If you'll zoom in on the container thing that's beside the barn, it'll show the same date.
Okay, you're talking about out of her mom's property. There's a blue crate out there.
Yeah.
That's all the way.
She said
that's on.
She said that the date that it's showing is a different dog that is showing on that.
No, that's from 2022, and that's so.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's at Long Hollow and Reservoir Road. Hold on a second. Let me find that. Let me put this.
I'm not going to hang up. I'm going to just push play on my other computer so I can see it when you do it. So if I crackle it, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, she says it's a different dog there at that barn thing.
Yeah, she's that's not true. So hold on a second. Let me go down here. It's going to Street View here. Let me pull this over. Okay, so the date on this picture from Street View is this. Okay. So this picture.
I'm gonna need chocolate crackling.
Okay. This is from October 2021, currently showing right here. And how we know.
Pull it in some if you can.
Yeah, right there. This is from October 2021. She was evicted from her house on 125 Ben Hill on September the 6th. That is her dog. That is that big dog. This is her mother's house right here. There's the red Toyota Tacoma. There's the yard barn her mother lives in.
Jody Sue, the devil is a lie, girl. You are not going to get us. You need to get it together. Love you, Cam. God bless.
Yes, no problem. Thank you. All right, so y'all see it for what it is right there. Jody Sue, here's your reference. There's a crate right there. We went over this before. So, yeah. September the 6th is when she is evicted. This is taken October 2021. That is that dog. That is Heck, little Heck or Big Heck or whatever they call him. What is his name? What's that dog's name? I can't think of it. But anyway, there you go. Zoom in on that monster again right there. There he is in that barn. This crate over here, I've always wondered. It's gave me a bad vibe for some reason. This storage crate, for some reason, I don't get a good feeling off of it. Okay, now let's go back on. I'll go back a little bit and look. Now, the only other picture this has is from, this is what it looked like in October 2012. Same property. There is a house here with a porch, vehicle, same barn, closed up, no storage container over there. And if you want to see where Jody Sue, I'm not even going to do it because it'll give her more fuel for the fire, saying people are trying to put her info out there. I'm not going to do it. So there's that. It's the best I can do tonight. Big hacking, something like that. So I don't know, guys. That's what I got. I hope I made some pretty good points tonight. I hope it showed a lot. Either there's something there or it's not. Again, at the beginning of this, I'm questioning if that's a screenshot saying where the guy said next time I'll use copy and paste. And I'm talking about the response of Chris McDonough. I just know that COLCASE info.org. It's cold without the D. Caseinfo.org is not a valid site. I don't know what that goes to. That could have been a screenshot saying the guy said this is, next time I will use cut and paste instead of going from my memory. That'd be something that somebody would do. So I'm just saying I gave the benefit of the doubt and said that might have been a screenshot from a mess up. But I just pulled out, I just had to look into it. I emailed. I will give you all the answers to that when I get them back from those emails. Where I reached out to some people. What else? I think that's it. I think that's everything I got. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. Sorry for such a late live. I had no, Bell Road is the one that breaks off from Fields Road, Beth Ball, and me and Allie did a drive down Bell Road. You can watch it in our video section. It's called Fields Road. We went down there and filmed it all. So yeah, check that out and you'll see all about it. I appreciate all of y'all. I'm gonna, do like we always do, and we'll pray our way out of here. All right, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for what you do. Thank you for all the love and peace you put in our hearts, and I just pray you do the same for the families out there that don't know where their loved ones are. We ask for answers in Summer's case. We ask for answers in all the missing children's cases, missing persons cases. Let there be people that rise up against this evil and look into every little thing, every little detail. Let's question everything to get to the truth. Let us all be, transparent and honest about anything and everything that we come across. Let us, produce good factual information when we come on these channels. Again, we ask for blessings in this community. We ask for blessings for people that don't even ask, that might not even believe in you. Put a change in their heart, put a peace, put kindness in their heart, and soften their heart when that, when we have hard hearts against multiple people. I pray these things in your mighty name. Amen. Remember, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice, but justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. Okay? Till next time, I'm Cam. God bless. Much love. Keep on cracking. And I'm out.